Okay, singing lesson. Part 3, I think. Might be 3, might be 4. In this lesson, I'm going to play Ida a few of my songs so she can get some sort of an idea of what my limitations are. Because so far, all we've done is gone through those diabolical oohs and ahs, and paying a lot of emphasis on certain notes, which I just sound absolutely atrocious in. You'd think that I couldn't hold a single note at all by listening to those. So I'm going to play some of the songs that I was singing about 7 years ago when my voice was better, had more range, and I don't know what's going on. Then I'll play some modern ones, and then I'm hoping that we'll just pick one and work on it, and see if I can make some improvements. Because there's invariably just one line or word, really, one word, where I just can't get the pitch. So what I've been doing, as from the last lesson, I've been just putting notes on the piano app. Ding 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 ding, and seeing if I can get in pitch with that. And it's not the easiest. And I've only really got a comfortable range of about 1 octave. That's 8 notes, and so there's not a lot of things you can sing with only 1 octave. You need think about 2 comfortably before you can start to sing some songs. Because there's always a little bit that goes up outside of the octave, it goes up into another octave. And that's the nature of music, isn't it? So, looking forward to my path of self-discovery. And for any of you watching, then if you're interested in singing, then it'll be your discovery as well, because you always learn something.
Hello.
Well, howdy.
Hi. Happy Wednesday. It is
Happy
already.
Wednesday, huh? Every
Weeks are
day's every
going
day's happy for
fast.
me.
Exactly. That's why I always say happy, whatever day it is, because the days just blow by quickly.
Yeah, well, don't they just?
They really do.
Um, so
How have you been?
I've been good.
Mm?
What I've been thinking,
Mm?
I spent about half an hour trying to work out how best to play you some excerpts of some songs.
Yes.
I tried to do it on Google by just sharing the screen, but it just kept crashing on all different sorts of stuff. And so I
Mm.
eventually worked out that if I played it on the phone, which isn't the best, and I held
Mm.
it just here, then I
Mm.
can give you some sort of an idea
Yeah.
of what my limitations are.
Yeah, exactly. We can try that and see how well it comes through. If not, is there like a private link that you can send
Oh,
to?
I can send you
Mm,
links
mm,
um, that you can listen to. I mean, suggested this last time, if you remember.
mm,
As part of one of our sessions, you listen to half a dozen or a dozen of my songs because I'm
mm,
kind of like pretty varied. And
mm.
by doing that, you can see that, hang on, he hit that note on that song, but he didn't
Yeah,
hit the note on that song. And then you'll be able to
mm,
work out all these intricacies, what I'm missing. But I've got
yeah.
some songs for you, which I was singing 7 years ago. And my range and clarity, I think, is considerably better. And I
Okay.
just don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm just really trying to get there, and I'm doing a lot of these tutorials every day, and I'm really serious
Mm,
about it. Maybe I'm just really wearing my voice out.
mm. I mean, you definitely shouldn't be singing like too much every day. I went through a phase like that where I was just practice, 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 like hours every single time I was singing, and
Yeah.
it does tire your voice out. So sometimes that can do more harm than good. I think it comes to a point where it gets too much. But I feel like you need to listen to your voice there. If you can feel any sort of, you know, that it is tired or strained or even that it hurts, then you just shouldn't practice anymore that day, or like at least there and then. Wait a
Yeah.
few hours and remember to have lots of water in between as well and just take breaks.
Yeah, but I'm kind of like, yeah, I really want to do this. It's been going on too
Mm,
long now, and I can't have too many days off. If I have a day off, it's because my
mm,
voice does hurt. But if my
mm,
voice doesn't hurt, then I'm on it,
yeah.
and within no time, it's warmed up and it feels okay. But when I'm practicing a song, I will literally sing that song over and over and over and over
Mm,
50 times over the space of
yeah.
2 hours. And I get a little bit closer. I get a little bit closer. And like, I'm like, oh, this one, until my voice
Yeah.
is pretty tired.
So do you tend to just like replay it and sing it from start to finish, or do
Yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah. The whole thing through because I'm playing it on the
Yeah.
guitar as well.
So what I would do there, especially if there's parts that you want to improve, it's different if you feel like, oh, everything is great. I just want to practice it, um, like for my own kind of, okay, this is how it's meant to be. But if
Yeah,
you want to go in and practice specific bits, break it down. Like, don't go from start to finish every time. Go, okay, now I'm focusing on the verse. Maybe even do it a cappella. Give yourself the starting chord,
yeah,
um, and depending on what you want to practice, really break it down. I know it's not the most fun. It's more fun to play it like you do from start to finish, but
yeah.
that's the most efficient way of improving, I find.
But lots of times with my songs, I kind of I'm very different throughout the,
Mm,
the whole of the song, and sometimes I'll sing that bit great and I'll sing another bit rubbish, and
mm,
all these sort of things. And so it's kind of like these songs that I'm going to be playing you
yeah.
are the best of the best. And if
Okay.
you ask me to pick up my guitar and play a song now, I'd
Mm,
be so flat and out of tune probably in
uh,
most of the realms until I get into the song, and then my
mm,
mind goes, oh, okay, a bit more here and a bit more there, a bit less here,
mm.
because every day, like you say, we're different, aren't we?
Definitely, but we aim to be as consistent as we can every day, right?
Yeah,
And that's also what practicing does. So if we aim to be as consistent as possible, to not have like a good and bad vocal day, we can still feel it, but if we just strive towards having a similar voice every single day and knowing that we'll get the same results,
yeah,
I know that's tough and it takes a lot of kind of consistency and practice on the right things. That's why
yeah,
I'm always so like, okay, let's do this one exercise. Let's do it really well. Let's focus on what it does or what it's meant to be doing for you.
yeah.
And I think you need to work this the exact same way with your songs that you're singing.
Okay.
I think
S-
that would be worth trying.
Yeah,
And I know it might be then different times you sing it differently, and sometimes it's the verse that's the issue, sometimes it's the chorus.
yeah,
But I think really going through the songs bit by bit, even line by line.
yeah. Really making sure you got that
Yeah,
down,
it's like, okay,
that
where
down.
does that sit in my voice? How do I sound? How's my tone? How's my pitch? All of these things. And
Yeah,
go really down into detail. That's what I do with all the songs that I record that I then go and release. I sit with it on a lyric sheet and I make small notes for myself and I sing the verse and I break it down,
yeah.
every single detail, just to make it like I want it to sound.
Yeah, indeed. So,
Mm.
I'll play you half a dozen
Yeah.
songs, not all the way through. I just want to play you enough so you can see the whole range of the song, rather
Mm.
than playing, the chorus again. I just want to
Yeah.
do that. But this first song, it's "Runaway Train" by Soul Asylum. Have you heard that
Okay.
song?
I do recognize the title. I'm sure I'll know it. But
Yeah,
so are these recordings quite old then, you said?
yeah. These
Mm.
ones, the first couple or three, are about 7 years old.
Okay.
So
Are any of them newer?
yes, I've got some that, only, a week or two old. So I'm going to give you a contrast so you can see what's going on.
Mm. Perfect.
You ready for this? Brace yourself.
Yes, I'm ready. Go for it.
Soul Asylum, Runaway Train. Call you up in the middle of the night, like a And that's that. Now I'm playing in a hallway.
Mm,
So that's why it's very echoey. I'm not using an amplifier or a microphone,
yeah.
um, and so the quality is very tinny. Um, but what's your
Yeah.
first impressions
Yeah,
there?
but you can still hear it. Obviously, it sounds great. I think you're definitely on pitch. Your voice sounds full. You're going up to an E4 in chest voice. The song itself is very centered around the C4, which is where you're kind of mainly around both kind of verse and choruses, which seems very comfortable for you here. And you're going up to that E a lot in this song.
Yeah,
Um, it like you could tell that it was like, okay, it's a comfortable note, but then you also need to do a little bit of work to get there,
yeah,
because most of the times you were right on it. A couple of times it was just kind of almost there, but I think that only had to do with a little bit of ha. So it didn't feel like it was, a strain for you to get up there then.
mm.
now
It,
obvious Now obviously we have the kind of, we are around there. We're on the kind of the D sharp, E, kind of, maybe not to the same ease as it used to be.
yeah. So I feel I'm at least a note down. What do you feel?
You mean range wise?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think that's quite normal, especially if it was so long ago. Um, our voice changes as well,
do you think
with
it's possible
time.
to get
And
that back?
yeah, I
Yeah,
think so. Definitely. I think you do practice a lot. I think you just need to practice like on the right things.
yeah,
I think that's it, because you can do a million exercises. You can sing the same songs, like you said, 100 times, but it doesn't mean that the notes will improve if we don't get to the bottom of what's wrong with the note. How can we change it?
yes. That's right. It's all in the mechanics, and I wonder because when I was singing back then, I wasn't doing any lessons or anything. I was just,
Mm,
learning off my own intonation, and
yeah.
uh, these days, I don't know. I think I'm doing all the right things. Here's another one. This is called Ferry Cross the Mersey.
Mm.
This is from the Jerry and the Pacemakers, way back in 1963. smile and say, we don't care what your name is, boy, we'll not turn you away. So I'll continue to say, I always will say. So baby, grant the mercy, 'cause this land's the place I love, and here I'll stay, and here I'll stay, here I'll stay. I promise I will play you some songs that you might know.
No, I knew the Runaway Train. That
Right.
one's very well known. I know that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
This one I don't
Most of
think.
my songs that I play, sorry, the genre is the 60s and 50s, you know.
Yeah.
It's rock and roll.
Okay, so that one was moving like in a similar kind of vein when it comes to the notes. Always a bit lower in the verses, but then really getting up on, what was it? D, like C sharp, D, E, and the chorus parts. Da 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 da.
Was
Da,
that a three?
da.
Was that a 3 or a 4?
Full.
4.
Yeah. And then the song's kind of main note was the A3. That's kind of around where it was most of the time, but obviously choruses went up to that C sharp, D, E.
Yeah. Okay.
So that seemed to be like the comfortable like area
Yeah.
for you range wise. Was that also like the same kind of time frame as the
Same
other one?
period. Yeah. Any time that you think I'm sounding off pitch and in a bad intonation, then I want to know about that. But personally, I think my ear thinks they're not too bad.
No, for sure. I think you're hitting all the notes here. It doesn't sound like it's, off pitch or anything.
Well, that's very good to know.
Yeah.
So I'll play you a bit more modern one then. This is within the last few months.
Yeah.
This is Beatles. You've got to hide your love away. Here I am, accompanied with my band. Here I stand, head in hand, turn my face to the wall. If she's gone, I can't go on, feeling too but small. Everywhere people staring jam every day. I can see them laugh at me and I hear them say, hey, you've got to hide your love away. Hey, you've got to hide your love away. How can I even try? I can never win. Hearing them, seeing them in the state I'm in. How could she say to me, love will find a way? Gather round, all you clowns, let me hear you say, hey, you've got to hide your love away. Hey, you've got to hide your love away.
Perfect. Cool. Okay. So when you listen to that and you compare it to something else, what do you spot? What do you notice?
A deeper voice,
Mm-hmm.
maybe more, maybe a lower voice,
Mm-hmm.
bit more resonant, coming from the diaphragm more than in the head.
Mm.
Am I on the right track?
Yeah, I think the vocal sounds different. I think it definitely sounds like it's deeper. It almost sounds a bit raspier. And I think it used to have maybe more of that clarity, just right on the note. Now
Yeah,
it feels like we have that kind of ha into the note. And maybe that's what actually doesn't help you.
right.
So, because if we
But of
bring that
course,
into it, it will tire the.
this song being a
Yeah.
Lennon song,
Mm.
um, it's kind of like here. It is a bit gravelly and
Yeah.
airy and things
Yeah.
like that. So that's something to bear in mind.
For
We'll come back to
sure.
that in a minute, and I'll play you a Johnny Cash one now.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think adapting the voice to what you want it to sound like as well.
Yeah,
I think as long as we do that then on purpose, that it's like, okay, we want this sound, we add it on, and
yeah,
we know how we add it on, and we also know how to take it off.
yeah.
I think that's the important part
So I think
that I
what I'm
hear.
doing is with all these different genres, I'm
Mm,
just learning how other people did all these things before I actually find my own voice. I don't think I've
mm,
found my own voice yet.
mm.
Um,
But
I,
you're
I
kind of like you're practicing, like mimicking how other people sound, you mean?
yeah, yeah.
Mm, yeah.
And when people say, "Oh, write your own songs," or sing it in your own voice or something, I'm like,
Mm.
I don't have my own voice.
And I know what you mean, and that can be really, really tough. Like, I mean, I've been an artist for quite a few years now, and it took me years to find like, okay, what do I sound the best doing?
Yeah,
Like, should I write like, yeah, I can write a song in the style of whoever,
yeah.
um, and I can try and sing it like the way I want to sing it, but if it doesn't suit me naturally, like, why should I, you know, yeah, you can get there, you can practice, but at some point you also need to go with what sounds amazing in your voice a little bit naturally with practice, obviously.
Yes, and of course, we hear ourselves differently, and so
Mm.
this is why I'm, very desirous to have another opinion. So I'll
Mm.
play this Johnny Cash
Yeah.
song now, deeper sort of thing. I hear that trailer coming, it's rolling round the bend, and I ain't see the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that trailer keeps a rolling on down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. I bet there's sweet folk eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking fake cigars. But I know I had it coming. I know I can be free. But those people keep on moving, and that's what taught me. And it just goes into the chorus again after that. Now, I mentioned to you that
Nice.
I can't really sing Johnny Cash because it goes too low for me, and I'm like,
Yeah, but you did that.
didn't it? Did it sound a little bit like I was really getting to the bottom of my
I
range?
mean, it's definitely at the bottom of the range. I think, when was this?
A year ago.
Yeah. because then we were down on a G flat 2. And
D
it's
flat 2.
definitely, yeah.
Is that lower than I did? I think I did a D4, didn't I?
We did a we did an A sharp 2.
Right,
So it's like a few notes higher. I mean, it
right.
can be different in a song sometimes because the note beforehand can help us to go then further, like lower,
Yeah,
than in an exercise. So it depends on what comes before as well. So
yeah.
it doesn't have to mean anything. Um, mm. But the highest note was a G sharp, and that sounded very clear in this song, I
Right.
thought.
And the intonation you think was all right?
Yeah, for sure. Hitting all those notes, definitely.
Right. Well, here's a song that nobody likes on my channel, and I can't think why, other than it's a bit pitchy in places. But I
Yeah.
think it's a great song, and I think I did an half all right attempt. This is
Mm.
"Designated Drinker" by Alan Jackson, a
Mm.
modern country song. So I'm playing along to the song, obviously, but I'm playing the guitar as well. Here's my keys. I want you to take them. I think I'm gonna need you to get back home. Hold on to my hand. I don't wanna lose it. I couldn't stand if something has to be done. I'm sure you know the reason I'm here crying. I think you'll understand why tonight I'm a designated drinker. I just lost the one who wrapped you around the finger. I need to get to where I can think of her. So tonight, I'm the designated drinker. So I know I was pretty pitchy in that.
Yeah, it was I think it was mainly in the chorus on the up to that kind of C4, we kind of went just a touch under. You know what we kind of tend to do?
Yeah, yeah,
I don't think it's necessarily that it's not in your range, you know?
yeah,
I don't think that's it. It feels like, I was just trying to connect the dots from what you've been saying about you practicing a lot. And obviously, you've had those notes sounding really, really easy before. And I've heard it myself when we've done exercises. When you get onto the note right, it sounds very open, it sounds very free. I think sometimes it might be that we're thinking about it so much that it kind of harms it instead.
yeah. I think that's probably a lot to do with it. I'm always
Yeah,
so intent on getting the recording, you know.
yeah, of course. Um, so I think that has to do with it as well, and make sure that when you practice, do it with kind of efficiency, right? We don't have to stand and sing the same songs for hours and hours and hours,
Yeah.
but make sure that maybe do 45 minutes a day,
Hmm.
right? So you kind of spend only like 10-15 minutes warming up, and maybe if you fancy a technique exercise, depending on what you're working on the day, and then choose like, okay, I'm going to go through this song and this song, or whatever it might be that you want to work on. And then
Yeah.
you really focus on, okay, how does it sound? Where do I want it to sound? What do I have to change? Is it how free the top note is? Is it the flow of it? What is it that we want to develop? And then really focus on that. Because it
Yeah.
can get quite a lot to feel like we have to focus on just making it better and better and better. So, and we end up not knowing what we're
I
working on.
think just if I can, like I did
Mm.
actually 2 days ago, I
Mm.
got to a point whereby I'm thinking, well, I'm getting a little bit tired now. Call that a day.
Yeah.
Um, because when otherwise you start to get maybe a little bit frustrated. You start to force a
Oh
little
yeah.
bit more, and invariably, what it seems to me that
Mm,
within the first five recordings
mm,
is the one I'll probably keep.
mm.
And sometimes, like I say, I'll go through to 30, 40, and 50. And
Yeah.
then it's kind of like I get more and more tired. And it's kind of like, no, no,
Mm,
no, no, no. Go, come back,
mm,
come back, you know.
mm,
So I'm going to play you a Beatles one. This is a breathy
mm,
version. It's Lennon again.
mm.
So see what your ears tell you about this.
But just to finish off what you were saying there, I think you're absolutely right. Like that is a big part of it as well, because we're so aware. Like you can hear, you can pick up how it sounds,
Yeah,
and especially like the entire frustration part of it can be really tough because it's so like mentally like draining if we do the same thing and we're like no, do the same thing, no, and we start like adding frustration and it kind of keeps getting worse and worse.
yeah,
So it is like you say, if you feel like, okay, I'm doing 5, 10 takes,
yeah,
and if you don't feel like after the fifth one that you're getting better,
mm,
then we go back and work on certain things,
yeah.
like really breaking it down, and then we can get into it again. Or take a break and see
Or
if it
just go on to
helps.
another song. That's what I tend to do. If a
Yeah.
song's not working, I just go, okay, on to another song.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Because I find that as well. We're all different in how we work, but I'm the same there. So if I don't do it the way I want to do it, then maybe I just need to go back and practice and come back to it.
And of course, singing is exhausting.
Yeah.
Because I need a lot of diaphragm pressure, and after 2 hours or 3 hours, I'm knackered.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a lot of tension in the
Mm,
old stomach, and
mm.
closing the vocal cords. But have a
Yeah.
listen to this one, and then see what you
Yes.
think about that. Then it's only love. 1, 2, 1, 2. I get high when I see you go by. My oh my, when you sigh, my sight is flies. Butterflies, why am I so shy when I'm beside you? It's only love and that is all. Why should I feel the way I do? It's only love and that is all. But it's so hard loving you. Is it right that you and I should fight every night? Just the sight of you makes nighttime bright, very bright. Haven't I the right to make it up now? It's only love and that is all. Why should I feel the way I do? It's only love and that is all. But it's so hard loving you. Yes, it's so hard loving you, loving
Okay, we had a bit of head voice in there.
For what? For the first time? Oh, for the first time out of all these songs.
Yeah.
Really? Oh my goodness! Now, if I listen back to the early songs, I'm like,
Yeah.
is that head voice? That's pretty high for me.
Mm.
So all that was chest voice, was it?
Yeah, pretty much. That was the one spot where I was like, okay, that is head voice.
Right. Well, that
Um,
was right. That's, woo, good
but
God.
those were like, I was sitting and wondering what would happen if we did those in chest voice, and would that be possible? Because we are up on a kind of, we're up on a D sharp 4, up to like the F4. Um, but how did you feel listening to that? When is
I,
that from?
it's Beatles.
Yeah, but when did you record
Oh,
it?
6 months ago.
6 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we were up on the C sharp, and to me that sounded very free. It sounded very easy for you to get up there. You know, it's only love, love, love on that one.
Right.
That sounded
That
very
line,
easy.
that took me weeks to master, trying
Mm,
all different sorts of things because Lennon, he's got this raspy,
mm,
breathy
mm,
sort of, you know, yeah. I mean, when we listen to people's vocals,
mm.
you go, "Wow, okay, I've got to try and do that."
Yeah,
Um, because if what I found when I put my music up, unless it sounds exactly the same as the
yeah.
original, people hate it. And because people have got these tunes in their heads, and if it doesn't
Mm,
perfectly fit, then it gets rejected. That's what I think. I don't know
mm,
what your experience is on that. But, if there's one flat bit in there, then they
mm,
throw the baby out with the bathwater. And it's pathetic because the vast majority of people, they've got no idea how music
mm,
works and
mm,
the labor it takes and the skill it really needs, to
mm.
be perfect. So I'll play you
For sure.
one
But
more.
then what to remember there is people will always have opinions, whatever
Yeah,
you do. If you do it really well, people will have opinions. If you do it really badly, people will have opinions. There's always going to be opinions. And
yeah,
what matters is like what you think and that the people that you trust around you think.
yeah,
So it can be a dangerous place to go into comments and overthink them and what the meaning is
yeah.
because
I mean,
people don't think.
some people hate Beatles, some people hate Elvis, and it's kind of like,
Yeah. I
you
also
idiots.
think I know what you mean with like classic songs like this. It's people expect it to sound a specific way, but then I always think it's you can do your own version of it, but then you need to fully commit to your version and see it as a creative cover rather than a cover sounding like as much as the original as possible.
Yeah, to come back from that. So I'll just play you a
Mm,
few more excerpts of. I'll only play half the way through. So this is another
mm.
Beatles one. So I'm going to do a Beatles number. I've just seen a face, written and sung by McCartney. I've just seen a face, I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just a girl for me, and I want the world to see we met. Had it been another day, I might have looked the other way, and I'd have never been aware. But as it is, I'll dream of her tonight. Night, 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 night. Falling, yes, I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. I have never known the like of that chorus bit.
Nice. Sorry.
That chorus bit, falling, falling, yes, I'm falling. What
Uh,
what what note is that?
well, play one more time. Oh.
It's like being alone and I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again.
So
I have
it's the
never known
actual falling is on a B.
falling, yes, I am falling, and she keeps
Fall,
calling me
fall,
back again.
fall. It's like B ba da da, and then it kind of does a little na na, right? Na na na. So B with a touch of a C sharp. Ba da ba 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 C sharp something.
Falling, yes, I am falling.
Exactly.
So it's a B to a C sharp
B B
falling.
B B B C sharp B.
Right.
Mm.
Okay. Well, I felt quite comfortable with that.
Yeah, that I think that sounded like well put together. It sounded like flowy. There was nothing that I went like, no. Like
Yeah.
it did have a good flow to it and with the pitch
Mm,
as well.
yeah.
When was that?
3 months ago.
See, that's quite recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll I'll play you one very recent one now. It's less than a month old, and this one, of course, Elvis. I'm really, competing with the best of the best. It took me a long time to get remotely on pitch with this one. The girl of my best friend. The girl of my best friend. Elvis revisited. If at first we don't succeed, then we try and try again, people. Indeed. The way she walks, the way she talks, how long can I pretend? Oh, I can't help it, I'm in love with the girl of my best friend. Her lovely hair, her skin so fair, I could go on and never end. Oh, I can't help it, I'm in love with the girl of my best friend. I want to tell her how I love her so, and hold her in my arms. So that one basically is never end. It took me an eternity even to get remotely close, and it was still off pitch.
Yeah, but you're aware of that. I think the pitch is falling, like it is falling slightly flat at times, especially in the chorus there.
Yeah,
But I think there maybe we've been so focused on getting the tone where we want it to, so we kind of forgot about getting to the notes with ease.
yeah,
And that kind of we got the tone right, but then the pitch suffered from it a little bit. And that might just be a placement thing.
yeah,
I don't think any of these notes are out of your range. I just need to, I think we just need to find them and
yeah,
find how we get to them right on pitch.
yeah.
Maybe there's something we need to adjust with our placement or what we're doing or how we're
Yeah,
practicing.
the mouth shape or something.
Yeah.
Because over the years I have elongated the mouth, and
Mm,
instead of spreading it, I really try not to spread anything because it sounds dreadful.
mm.
So, really
Yeah.
drop the jaw a lot.
Mm. I also think it can, as long as it doesn't cause more tension, because that's something else. We want to be relaxed. We don't have to, we don't want to force the jaw down or thinking that it only can sound like
Yeah,
this, right? Because then we fall flat because of it. So we still want to, yeah, of course, jaw relaxed, but we can open up a little bit just to get the note forward, especially in your case when you tend to like fall flat rather than pitchy.
yeah,
So in your case, we actually need to just, not go up. We need to go more forward rather than down, I think.
yeah. So last one,
Mm.
this one, everybody hated again. But
What do you mean? Like when you posted them?
yeah, when I post them on, it's kind of like no comments, no thumbs up, nothing. It's kind of
Mm.
like quickly moving on. But it's not an easy song to sing, and this one's
Mm.
got flats, it's got sharps, it's got sevenths in it, and you've got all these um, semitones, and Lennon is just drifting in and out of them like a proper skilled singer,
Yeah.
and I'm nowhere near doing that. So. To know her is to love her. Da 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 da. To know her is to love her. Just to see her smile makes my life worthwhile. Yes, just to know her is to love her, and I do. and I do, and I do, and I do, and I da 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 da. I'll be good to her. I'll make love to her. Everyone says there'll come a day when I'll walk alongside of her. Yes, just to know her is to love, love her, and I do, 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 and I. Why can't she see how blind can she be? Someday she'll see that she was meant just for me. Oh, to know that.
Yeah, I know what you mean with this, with the like that part. There was just a lot of different melodic changes there.
Just immensely difficult.
But I think even there with the more straightforward bits, the da 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 da. I think with those, you know, it would be so easy for you to just lift them up because those fall a tiny bit flat as well. And I think
Right.
you just kind of, the notes are right there. We don't have to kind of, you know, we don't want to reach up to them there.
Yeah. So the whole song, do you think it was flat?
Yeah, I think it's one of the songs where it was the most flat throughout for sure.
Yeah.
Not in the beginning, but then once the kind of the do do do, like that part, because it's so many notes like on the same note. You
Yeah.
know, the chorus is kind of the same notes repeating. And I think that is an easy fix. I think we just need to find how we do it.
Right. Yeah, to know her is to love her.
What happens if we sing it with a Mona Lisa smile? Just do the same thing again, but think that we don't have to drop the jaw down the entire time. No.
To,
It
to,
doesn't have to be like
to,
smiley,
to
but
know her is to love her.
that was more on it.
Just to see her smile makes my life worthwhile. Yes, just to know her is to love her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that didn't fall flat.
huh.
So we
So,
might be overdoing things sometimes when it comes
yeah.
to maybe that's a jaw thing as well of like, are you thinking about it when you sing? Like how the jaw is relaxing or
No, I just try a billion different things to see if I can get it. Try my jaw this way, try my jaw that way, a bit more breath here, a bit more, nasal or, all this stuff because um, I don't really know. It's just all trial and error. And so for a trained singer, you go, no, you need more nose on that because if you incorporated that at the end instead of falling down, you just made it a bit more nasal. Then it's the mechanics that I need.
yeah. And sometimes not doing that much to it because we can just overdo it with how much we think about things.
Mm,
It's easy to do that, and it's also easy to add all these things and then not reflect on them. I think we're
yeah,
all guilty of that when we practice on our own. We tend to just skip things or do things not properly. I'm guilty of that as well. I'm much better when I work on something with somebody else listening to me.
yeah,
Even just like in the studio with my producer, who's also actually like he's really good at coaching vocals because he hears it differently than I do there. I
yes,
know everything around it and I'm very good at like hearing it back. I go, yeah, I get what you mean. But you know, there and then and in practice as well, sometimes you need somebody to tell you like, no, slow down. Let's take it bit by bit. and that's how I've learned is the best way forward for fastest improvements.
Yeah, and if I listen to the song on the headphones from my phone, it sounds
Mm,
one way. Then when I put it on the computer and I listen to it through my monitors, it sounds another
mm,
way.
yeah.
And it's kind of like, wow,
Mm,
and then depending on how near I have the microphone to the amplifier, how near I am
of
here, and
course.
when we're recording, there's a massive amount of things that go into play.
Mm,
So what would you say then? We go forward with from here on,
mm.
having seen what I need to work on probably.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do is choose something that you feel like you do fall a bit flat on. Because I
Yeah.
think that's the main thing we need to work on right now, and I think your range will come with that.
Well, that song,
Um,
"To Know Her Is to Love Her," that one is goodness me, that one needs work. So should
mm,
we do that one, or is that one too much for
no,
this
I don't
stage?
think so. Because it's all comfortable notes. It's nothing that you don't struggle reaching up to it. It's more like we just need to get there. Like the note itself is not a problem.
Yeah.
It is well within your range in chest voice.
Okay.
So, and I think like always also be aware of how you practice. And yes, sometimes we need to sing just because we enjoy it, because we love
Mm.
it. But we need to separate that. Okay, tonight maybe I'm singing for 40 minutes because I love these songs and I want to just have fun with them.
Yeah.
But when we practice, that's completely different story. That's not as fun.
Yeah.
And really try and like think, okay, why am I redoing it? What am I focusing on? If you want to sing the song through, fine.
Yeah.
But also be aware of what we're practicing and what we
Yeah.
want to improve and, break it down. That's what we'll be doing. I
Is
want
it
to
the
try that out.
Yeah, the chorus where it goes, "Why can't she see?" Oh, goodness me! The original is higher than what I played it in. I'm
Mm,
down like maybe two notes
mm,
um, on the original, but because they're like sharps and sevenths in there,
mm.
it's not just like singing whole notes.
Yeah.
It really is a challenge.
Yeah, and I think you should obviously do it in the key that works for you. There's never any.
Well, I tried 7, I tried the whole octave, but that
Mm.
was the one that I came the closest to.
Yeah,
Um,
but then do it in that one. Choosing a key is so important that it suits your voice and where it feels natural for you to sing it.
yeah,
We can always, I always say when it comes to like a performance or recording, do it where you feel safe and where it feels good. When we practice, we can practice it higher up. Um, but that's the difference between the practice and performance.
so the next session, if I,
Mm,
accompany myself with the guitar, because I
mm,
can get on pitch then, well,
mm.
as close as I can,
Yeah.
I'll go through the chords and
Mm,
I'll tell you what I think they sound like, and then
mm,
I'll go all around it, and then you'll
mm,
go there, 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 and because that chorus bit, of course, that is really challenging for me,
mm,
and so I think that'll be a great song
mm.
to work on because
Yeah.
all through the song,
Mm,
like you say, it's probably my worst rendition so far.
mm. Yeah, I think so. Like there's a mix in there, and the different time frames as well. Um, but I think that would be a good one because there's a few bits that we can work on, and
Yeah,
there's an obvious thing of the pitch issue, which I think that's why it's a good song to practice.
yeah. And do you think I was less pitchy 7 years ago than I am now?
Yeah, for sure. I
Mm,
think there you probably wasn't thinking about it that much.
yeah,
You were just singing them, and it just came quite naturally.
yeah.
Um, and I think it's good to be aware of what we're doing,
Hmm.
but as long as we're not letting ourselves overthink what we're doing, because that can then stop us instead.
Yeah,
Um, and I definitely think from what it sounded like, obviously I didn't have like the exact thing in my headphones from
yeah,
what you hear,
yeah.
but from what I heard, it sounded like you were more clearly like right on the note then.
Mm,
And now it feels like we're almost there, but
right.
there's something that we're doing which causes us to just fall a little bit flat at times.
At times, or what would you say the percentages out of each song? Would you say flat 50%, 70%, 95%, or 5%? What?
That's tricky to say. I think it's mainly on the top notes,
Mm,
but it doesn't sound in your tone like you're reaching up and straining up to them. That's not how it sounds to me.
right.
So it sounds more like it's really hard to explain this kind of stuff.
Mm,
But it doesn't sound like you struggle with the note itself. It's more of a pitch thing of how you see the note and where you think it's going to land,
yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, because I said in last session, when you was going, oh, it needs to be a little bit higher. I'm like, well, I don't in my head, I don't see it there. So I'm
Yeah.
obviously need training with the pitch, and I've been practiced on the piano things,
Mm, mm,
to do that. So I need really to you know, but I generally I think like I can listen to songs, and when I listen to myself back. I know, when I'm, pitchy, and
yeah.
I listen to a song and I go, there's an aura about that song, which is not kind of like, you're so flat, but it's just enough to make people question it, and
Mm,
so that's what I feel with some of them.
mm,
Just enough. And I wonder,
mm.
well, is it my intonation that doesn't sound nice, pleasing to the ear? Does it not sound natural? Am I trying to copy somebody else? What is it? There's something that
Uh,
isn't right.
mm. I think your tone, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I don't think that is it. I think it's mainly about we want the note to be right there. And yes, mistakes can happen. We can sometimes fall flat on that one note. But
Yeah,
it's just, especially in this chorus, it got quite obvious that okay, we just think that it's lower than it actually is.
yeah,
So we just need to find out why that is and work on changing that pattern in what you see.
yeah,
Because you can hear it, you pick it up, but for
yeah,
some reason, when we're about to sing it, you think it's slightly lower than it is.
yeah.
Um, if that has to do with the note that we think that we can't reach it, or if it's like how we hear it, or I don't know. Just need
I
to
think
figure it
that's what
out.
we need to discern. We need to discern whether I actually can hit those notes comfortably, because if
Mm,
that is the case, then I'll quickly get that inside my head. But
mm,
if it's kind of like it's always on the edge and parameter of
yeah.
my passaggio, or where I haven't been before, then I
Mm,
don't have the program within my mind, and there's going to be some reservations, and I'm going to be
mm,
holding back or trying too hard.
of course.
So
Of
those
course.
things need to be eliminated.
Yeah, definitely. I think when you practice these like one note exercise things in the next few days, really like take a step back from it when you practice it and really see it from okay, how did that sound? Was I on pitch? And analyze it before you try it again. Because when you sit on your own, it's easy to just go, no, no, and you don't think about what we're doing.
Yeah,
I have that as well. So I just need to sometimes stop myself and go, okay, how did that sound? How can I change it? What am I doing? What's happening internally? What am I thinking about? Is there any way I can help myself to do that? And really
yeah,
kind of be calm about it and not be too stressed and hurried up.
yeah.
Um, and I
And
think that might have to do as well, like when we sing it and we go, no, and then we get frustrated. So we speed up the process, but actually it
yeah.
doesn't make it better.
So I went through a stage where I was doing solfeggio on do re mi fa sol la ti do do re mi fa, up and down on every
Mm,
single note.
mm-hmm.
I think that's very beneficial. I
Yeah.
guess it's the same as working on the piano. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. I think the one note things can be really good to just focus on that one note, especially when it comes to just landing exactly right there. when
Yeah.
we do multiple notes. It can be easy to just kind of miss the middle ones or not be on point on every one.
Right.
But obviously, you can do that in combination.
And I can do that with you next time, so you can see,
Mm.
where I'm getting pitchy and all that. And so then, okay,
For
so
sure.
that's given me something to
Mm.
think about. And so
Yeah.
we'll broach these things next time.
Mm.
We'll do a little bit of that
Mm.
on the solfeggio.
Mm.
It is called solfeggio, isn't it?
Passagios, yeah.
Um,
Or
when you
breaks, whatever you want to
no,
call
no,
it.
so that's the passaggio. The do re mi. What's that called?
Scale.
Solfege.
What?
Do re mi fa sol la.
Yeah.
Ti. Don't they call it the solfege or something?
Oh, I don't know that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because it's
Is this
Italian
the
for,
major scale?
yeah, for that sort of thing.
Mm.
Okay.
But it was really nice to just get kind of an overview. Obviously, what it used to sound like and what it sounds like now, and I feel like it gave us a clearer idea of what we need to like dive into and
Yeah,
try and like unfold.
yeah,
So let's start doing that with that song next time.
yeah. I look
Mm.
forward to it. Okay,
Yes,
so in about 4 or 5 days' time, then again,
yes. Let's find something.
I'll be back.
Yay! Okay.
You have a great
Thank you
week.
so much for today. You too.
Thank you.
And practice with ease. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Okay,
Mm.
thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.